Hey everyone, it's Tara. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So today I'm at a little bit of a different angle because I plan on doing the bookshelf tag. So I'll need to reach different shelves on my book. So I'm actually standing up. Anyways, so I was not actually tagged in this video, but I did see it over on Christy Reads a Lot and I really liked it. And so I really just wanted to do it. And so I decided that I would. Anyways, the original tag creator is Monica at In This Book Addict. I will leave both Christy's channel and the original tag creator, Monica, in the description box below so they get credit where credit is due. All right, so if you want to see what the bookshelf tag is all about, just keep watching. So question number one is, what book is the oldest book you own? So on this shelf, the oldest book I own is probably Naked Heat by Richard Castle. This was one that's based off of a show, and he is a writer in the show, in the show. And so I used to still love that show. And so my mother-in-law bought this probably, I want to say about 11 years ago. And it's been on my shelf ever since because obviously it holds a special place in my heart. So that is the oldest book on this shelf that I have received or bought. But I'm sure there's ones that are older as far as publishing goes. Which leads us into question number two, which is, what book is the oldest published? And I want to say it's probably going to be one of my historical romances. So I do have two classic books that were obviously published quite a bit ago. And obviously one is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. And then I also have The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, which was, I believe, 1911 is what it said in here. But if we're just talking books on my shelves that are not classics, it would be The Bride by Julie Garwood. And this one, I believe it said 1989. Let me double check though. Yeah. So original publication was 1989. So that would be my oldest one on my shelf. Have not read it yet, but am looking forward to. Have heard good things. So what book is your most recent purchase? And I'm currently on a no buy until I read 10 books from my shelves. Excuse me, not 10, 25 books from my shelves. And so I will count my book of the month because that was my most recent purchase. That was Adelaide by Genevieve Wheeler. And so this would be my most recent purchase because I'm currently filming this in April and I just received it for book of the month for April. Question 4 is, what book is your favorite? And that is so hard because I have a favorite romance, and I would say that one is currently probably The Hating Game. It's my number one. I just loved it. It was what really got me into Hate to Love. And so it holds a special place in my heart. So it is definitely high up there. If we're talking more fantasy, I obviously love House in the Cerulean Sea. It is one of my favorites. I would think you would call this fantasy. I don't think it would be magical realism. But yeah, if we're talking historical, it would probably be currently Her Wicked Marquess by Stacey Reed. And I guess if we're talking historical fiction, I would probably go with Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. I always believe that more people should read this one. It is definitely a good historical. Lastly, if we're talking YA, I would have to say it's probably Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. This one is just, I loved it. It was I read it, I think it was over summer break. I don't know. In 2015. I want to say. Anyways, it was a long time ago. And I just remember loving the little friendship and then the relationship that builds throughout. I thought it was a cute YA. Question number 5 is, what book is your least favorite? And I mean, currently it's not on my shelves. I don't keep books that I don't like on my shelves. I want to say it's Majesty. I feel bad because I always say that one. It just built me up and then let me down. So that's probably why. But it is not on my shelf. One that's on my shelf I'd say that I read that maybe could be considered least favorite. It's on like my get rid of pile, would be like The Silent Patient. And even that, it wasn't like my least favorite. It's just one that I'm not going to reread and I'm not going to keep because it was just a 3-star. It didn't live up to the hype in my opinion. And so I guess currently it's still technically on my shelf, but it is one that I'm probably going to get rid of soon. Number 6 is, what author or authors do you own all their books? None. I don't own any author where I own all their books. I only have one shelf and I rotate a lot, so I don't keep a collection of like everything. One that maybe I would like to potentially collect is like historical, either Lisa Kleypas or even Stacey Reid. Those are my 2 current favorite historical romance authors. I'm trying to think contemporary. Quite a few of Taylor Jenkins Reid that I own, but I certainly don't have all of them either. But she is one that I do enjoy reading from. That, and I can't think of any that I own all of them. What author or author's books are you still collecting? Well, I am obviously, like I said, I kind of collect Stacey Reid, and I will probably collect, I definitely want to collect Lisa Kleypas, the Wallflower series, just because I loved that series. So I will probably get that one. I'll probably get the Stacey Reid series. Trying to think. Like, I might end up collecting the Catherine Cowles books simply because they're gorgeous. So question number 8 is, do you have any auto-buy authors? If so, who? I do. I would probably read anything from Stacey Reid, Lisa Kleypas, currently Taylor Jenkins Reid. Who else? The next one is, how do you organize your bookshelves? And honestly, I only have one bookshelf that I currently reorganized. So I do have up here, these are all of my historical romances. I have also a couple just mass market paperbacks up there as well. This shelf is just rainbow shelves. And then there on that shelf is like my darker colored books, my grays, my blues, my darker purples, and then my hardcover, like shorter books. So those are usually like YAs. And then I kind of have at the very bottom shelf, I don't know if you guys can even see it. I'm trying to show you. That one is double stacked, and all in the back are my book of the month with a few up front. If you see like right here, there's a couple book of the month, and then the rest are just hardcovers. Except for there was one really tall paperback right there. So I don't really have like a good organization. This is just what it is for now because of space and how many shelves I have. It is what it is. I do enjoy my bookshelf collection, even though it is one, but it does mean that I have to rotate my shelves quite a bit. So if it's a book that I maybe gave a 3-star or I'm not planning on rereading or showing in a video, it is removed from my shelf. So kind of is what it is right now. Number 10 is, do you have any book box editions or special editions that came directly from the author? The answer is yes. I have multiple. I would love to get more. One is right here. It's a Barnes & Noble edition. And I just think it is so gorgeous for House in the Cerulean Sea. I do have a few Hello Lovely ones. So I have this one, Shattered Sea by Catherine Cowles, which is special edition from Hello Lovely. It's just beautiful. I have an illustrated cover of Stolen Air by Sophie Lark. Hello Lovely edition, Sicko by Amo Jones. Other Hello Lovely, The Culmination of Everything by Christina C. Jones. I showed you this before, but this one is considered a special edition. The Secret Garden. This one is gorgeous. I love the cut and the color. So pretty. Special edition from Target. The Bridgerton, The Viscount Who Loved Me. This is the only Julia Quinn, no, not the only Julia Quinn, the only Bridgerton novel I've read, and I have loved it. So I do need to continue on in her series, especially since I do watch the show as well. So I need to. So I think those are all my special editions. I thought I had more, but I could be wrong. When I'm off my no-buy, I would like to collect a few more. Like of my favorite books, I read Malibu Rising. I don't know if they have a special edition, but I would like to get that one back on my shelves because I did love it. I do have another Hello Lovely box coming in for the summer, so that'll come in, and that's also a special edition. And there's like a few more that I would just like to collect. I would like to get a special edition of Christina Lauren, Love in Other Words. I love that Christina Lauren book. So number 11 is, do you think book boxes are worth it? And so currently I think they're worth it. However, that is also dependent on you and your situation. Currently I have 2 book boxes because that is what I can, you know, first of all read, second of all fit on my shelves, and third of all afford. So it is like very personal, and I think, but I do have Hello Lovely, which is, I think, is it the Bloom box? I can't remember. I think it is the Bloom box. And that one comes every 3 months, and it comes for seasons. So it's like a seasonal box. So summer, spring, winter, fall. And then I also do book of the month because it's very versatile. I can, you know, stop it, or I can get it, you know, I can add some things too. So I think that's worth it. If it's one that has too many like knickknacks or like extra stuff with it, that's one I don't really want. I just either want the book. I do like Hello Lovely again because they also just give me the book, a special edition book, and then like a chapstick, which are things I utilize. So it's worth it for me. If it has, like I said, all the extras, I won't get a book like that, or a book box like that. That's just my personal thing. I don't have room for all the things on my shelves or within my house. So yeah. All right. Question number 12 is, if you could recommend 3 books that you own for everyone to read, what would they be and why? Well, I'm going to have to pick this one. The House in the Cerulean Sea, just because it's a pleasure to read. The children in this book just make the book. It's so lighthearted and beautiful, with having depth as well. So I just loved the way this one, it was just so heartfelt and heartwarming. I'd say it's Kiss My Cupcake because I think this one is underrated. This is A Hate to Love by, I think it's Helena Hunting, and it's just so adorable. I love it. It's A Hate to Love, where they both are, he's reopening his shop and she's opening his shop, and their grand openings are on the same day. So they're in competition with each other. He like has an axe throwing business, and she has like a cupcake / like fun drink business. And so they're kind of competing with each other. And it was adorable. I definitely think more people should read it. So the third one would be Her Wicked Marquettes by Stacey Reed. And this one is more like the series. So like this is the Sinful Wallflower series, and I've only read the first 2 books. I need to read the third one. But I've given 5 stars to both of them. And this one in particular was probably my favorite, just because like it had a good side plot, and I just remember like wanting to get off work and come read it. It's one of those books that you just didn't want to put down. So that is the bookshelf tag video. Let me know some of the books that you think I should read on your bookshelf. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to. Bye.